What if I told you that The Simpsons might have a vision of the future for 2025? It may sound like a crazy idea, but this show has already predicted many innovations, from smartwatches and video calls to billionaire space travel, years before they actually happened. The most impressive part is that there are bold predictions that might come true in 2025, ranging from technological innovations to global events. Some of them will really surprise you. In this narrative, we present 15 predictions, and believe me, number 1 is the most impactful of them all. So get ready, leave a like, and let's explore these visions of the future together. Prediction number 15. Integration of virtual reality. In the episode Specs in the City, Season 25, Episode 11, Mr. Burns distributes sophisticated augmented reality glasses to his employees in a clear parody of Google Glass. These devices allow interaction with a virtual world, but behind this innovation, Mr. Burns uses them to spy on his employees. Meanwhile, Homer becomes overly involved with the technology, causing problems in his relationship with Marge. Originally aired in 2014, this episode anticipated the widespread use of augmented and virtual reality technologies. By 2025, virtual reality is no longer limited to gaming, expanding into fields such as education, healthcare, and remote work. With the advancement of the metaverse, people are participating in virtual meetings, attending digital shows, and even experiencing therapy sessions through immersive simulations. Companies like Meta, Apple, and Google continue to create increasingly advanced headsets, providing ever more realistic virtual experiences. However, as pointed out by The Simpsons, this technology could blur the lines between reality and simulation, creating challenges in social isolation and privacy. Thus, as virtual reality integrates into our daily lives, balancing technological progress with maintaining human connections becomes essential. Prediction number 14. Expansion of artificial intelligence. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 16, The Simpsons introduce a highly developed artificial intelligence robot named David. After Bart falls into a coma, David turns out to be the ideal son, intelligent, well-behaved, and capable of doing various household chores. When Bart finally recovers, he feels replaced and struggles to regain his place in the family. Aired in 2005, this episode foreshadowed the growing presence of artificial intelligence in the workplace. By 2025, AI has already established itself in various sectors, automating tasks in logistics, customer service, and even creative areas such as content creation and music. With the rise of chatbots, virtual assistants, and robots, efficiency has increased, but concerns about job displacement and ethical dilemmas in decision-making have also emerged. The episode, with its humor and critique, reminds us that while AI has brought significant improvements, caution is needed regarding its impact on human relationships, employment, and ethics. Prediction number 13. Colonization of Mars. In the episode The Margian Chronicles, Season 27, Episode 16, Marge volunteers for a journey to Mars as part of a program aimed at establishing the first human colony on the Red Planet. However, as the mission progresses, Lisa begins to question whether she is prepared for such a massive leap into the unknown. This narrative reflects the real ambitions of companies like SpaceX and NASA, which are actively working on Mars colonization. In 2025, initiatives like NASA's Artemis program and SpaceX's Starship missions are advancing interplanetary exploration with the goal of establishing a sustainable human presence beyond Earth. Innovations in space travel, resource extraction, and life support technologies have brought this dream closer to reality. However, The Simpsons also humorously highlight the challenges inherent in such an endeavor, such as psychological stress, technical failures, and the complex adaptation to a completely different environment. Thus, even with the continuous efforts of space agencies, reaching Mars is just the first step in facing the enormous challenges of surviving and thriving on another planet. Prediction number 12. Disney's acquisition of 21st Century Fox. Imagine yourself in 1998, watching The Simpsons, and hearing a reference to 21st Century Fox, a division of Walt Disney Company, laughing off the idea. Well, in 2019, this joke became reality when Disney officially acquired 21st Century Fox for a staggering $71.3 billion, bringing franchises like The Simpsons, X-Men, and Avatar under the mouse's empire. It's fascinating to think that a cartoon predicted this shift in the entertainment landscape over 2 decades ago. While some fans were excited about the possibilities for crossovers with Marvel and new productions, others were concerned about the concentration of power in the entertainment industry. Regardless of opinions, The Simpsons once again demonstrated their ability to predict the future. Perhaps there really is a hidden time machine in Springfield. Prediction number 11. Nobel Prize winner prediction. Have you ever had that feeling of guessing something and unexpectedly seeing it come true? The Simpsons took that to a new level in the episode Elementary School Musical, 2010, when Milhouse casually predicts that BH will win the Nobel Prize in economics. Surprisingly, in 2016, this prediction came true. While it may seem like pure luck, the accuracy with which the prediction was made is impressive, leading many to question whether the writers are extraordinary or if they have some sort of crystal ball. Regardless, this episode reinforces the idea that The Simpsons are much more than just a humorous cartoon, they serve as a true prediction machine for the future. Prediction number 10. Progress in robotics. The idea of robots taking over the world may not be so radical, but The Simpsons already predicted this evolution in the episode Annoyed Grunt, Season 12, Episode 13. Homer creates a combat robot, demonstrating how far technology can go. By 2025, we already see robots working in hospitals, autonomous vehicles on the roads, and AI assistants capable of having full conversations, sometimes with surprising fluency. While we don't yet live in a world where machines do everything for us, the pace of technological advancement is undeniable. Just like in the show, this development brings both exciting and concerning aspects. Will robots make our lives easier, or will they replace too many jobs? Only time will tell, but if Springfield is predicting it, it's wise to pay attention. Prediction number 9. Environmental disasters. The Simpsons have always addressed environmental issues with a good dose of satire. A notable example is the episode Three-Eyed Fish, Season 2, Episode 4, in which Bart catches a three-eyed fish near the Springfield nuclear plant, a direct critique of the effects of pollution. Another notable episode is The Simpsons Movie, 2007, where Lisa's warnings about the contamination of Lake Springfield are ignored, resulting in an environmental disaster that forces the entire town to quarantine. These stories remain incredibly relevant, especially considering the current climate challenges, and emphasize the urgency of environmental awareness and action. Prediction number 8. Social media dependency. In the episode Screenless, Season 31, Episode 15, Marge worries about the excessive amount of time the family spends in front of screens and decides to impose a digital detox. However, she discovers that she is also addicted to these devices, highlighting the omnipresence of technology in our lives. This episode reflects the current reality where social media addiction has become a growing problem. By 2025, it's common for individuals to spend a significant part of their day connected, often sacrificing personal interactions. The Simpsons, with their insight, emphasize the need to balance the use of technology with the cultivation of face-to-face relationships. Prediction number 7. Economic crisis. The Simpsons are known for reflecting economic reality through their stories. In the episode Springfield or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Legalized Gambling, Season 5, Episode 10, the town faces a recession and decides to legalize gambling as a way to stimulate the economy. However, this measure leads to unexpected consequences, highlighting the complications of hasty financial solutions. In 2025, global economic uncertainties continue to challenge markets worldwide. Episodes like this serve as a satirical critique of attempts to resolve economic crises quickly and without proper planning, emphasizing the importance of well-founded financial decisions. Prediction number 6. Political turbulence. The Simpsons have never shied away from addressing political themes, often predicting real events years before they occur. One of the most notable cases is the episode Bob Roberts, Season 6, Episode 5, where Sideshow Bob manipulates the political system to win an election, satirizing electoral manipulation and corruption. In a global scenario marked by electoral controversies, protests, and government instability, this episode proves to be surprisingly relevant. Another example is the episode Bart Mangled Banner, Season 15, Episode 21, where the Simpson family is mistakenly labeled as public enemies due to Bart's misunderstood actions, addressing themes of political propaganda, media influence, and excessive government power. Prediction number 5. Global pandemic outbreak. The Simpsons predicted a global pandemic long before the COVID-19 outbreak in the episode March Chains, Season 4, Episode 21, where a flu virus called the Osaka flu rapidly spreads after the people of Springfield unknowingly consume contaminated juice. The outbreak sets in when the city attempts to contain it, mirroring real-life events decades later. The accuracy of this prediction surprised many fans when the pandemic hit in 2020. What makes this anticipation even more unsettling is the way The Simpsons depicted the public's reaction, a demand for an immediate solution that creates chaos and spreads the virus, something we saw happen with COVID-19. Furthermore, the episode shows the disastrous response of authorities minimizing the seriousness of the outbreak, reflecting the difficulties faced globally. Prediction number 4. The cryptocurrency boom. Long before Bitcoin and Ethereum became household names, The Simpsons were already hinting at the rise of digital money in the episode Frink Coin, Season 31, Episode 13. Professor Frink creates his own cryptocurrency, sparking a financial revolution in Springfield. The episode addresses themes like decentralization, financial independence, and the impact of digital currencies on the traditional banking system. Another striking scene shows a character explaining how cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology work, a demonstration that surprised many as it aired before digital assets became popular. By 2025, cryptocurrencies have become even more relevant, with central banks exploring digital currencies and increasing adoption of blockchain technology. Prediction number 3. Space tourism progress. The Simpsons have a visionary take on the future, and tourism is another example of this. In the episode Deep Space Homer, Season 5, Episode 15, Homer is invited by NASA to help boost public interest in space exploration. His adventures aboard a spacecraft create chaos, but humorously, the episode introduces the idea that ordinary people may one day travel in space. The show even features a scene with Richard Branson floating in zero gravity aboard a spacecraft, anticipating commercial space travel. This portrayal aligns with real-life progress, as Branson's Virgin Galactic has made significant strides in enabling space tourism. By 2025, this emerging industry is firmly established, with companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and Virgin Galactic conducting suborbital flights with private passengers. Prediction number 2. Fears of a Third World War. The Simpsons writers often addressed global political scenarios, even suggesting the possibility of a world conflict in the episode Bart to the Future, Season 11, Episode 17. A glimpse into the future shows Lisa Simpson as President of the United States, having to deal with a massive national debt inherited from her predecessor, President Trump. Although the episode doesn't explicitly portray a Third World War, it hints at significant geopolitical challenges and internal crises. This prediction, with its subtle references to international conflicts, resonates with current global concerns about relations between countries. Even in 2025, while a large-scale war may still seem distant, political instability, cyber wars, and ideological clashes continue to threaten the world order. Prediction number 1. A female president. One of the most striking visions from The Simpsons is the possibility of a female president in the United States. In the episode Bart to the Future, Season 11, Episode 17, Lisa Simpson becomes president, becoming the first female commander-in-chief of the country. The storyline, filled with humor, shows Lisa's efforts to deal with national challenges, including a budget crisis inherited from former President Trump. This portrayal sparked intense debates about female representation in politics and the feasibility of a woman leading the nation. Although the United States has not yet had a female president, advances in gender equality are allowing more women to take prominent positions in government, paving the way for future female leadership. The Simpsons' vision of a female presidency highlights the evolution of political roles and the breaking of gender barriers, emphasizing the importance of diversity and inclusion in leadership. The talent of The Simpsons to capture society's aspirations is incredible, isn't it? The Simpsons have been anticipating future events for years, and 2025 could be another chapter where they are right. What do you think? Is it just coincidence, or is there something more behind these predictions? Share your ideas, and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow more surprising visions of the future.